Hello everybody, Battlewolf here. Welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek 25th Anniversary here. We're in a predicament here. We're stuck in this pit by a angry Aztec god, Quetzalcoatl, or however you pronounce his name. I'm not very good with those long, complicated names like that. So we convinced Terry Mudd to give over some of his stuff that he found on that derelict to Institute so they can study it. And then Starfleet wants us to come down here to find out to find out why the Klingons have been interested in trying to find this guy that they call a genocidal murderer. And the only person we found down on this planet was some kind of guy that looks a lot like an Agent Aztec, and he got pissed off when we told him that the Aztecs were bloodthirsty. So, let's take a look around in our pit here.
Feral red eyes glare out of the dark at you. You are in a deep pit. It is a long, hard climb to the top. There are several loose vines hanging over the side of the pit out of reach. This is one of them. There is a vine hanging down into the pit. You are in a deep pit.
Oh, yeah, okay.
There is a light suspended from above by a chain.
How's the light lit? There's no wire. Magic.
There are rocks here quite suitable for picking up and throwing. This particular snake doesn't seem to like your company and moves whenever you get near it. This moss is covered with a very sticky substance.
So we probably can't climb out.
James T. Kirk does not seem very happy with his current predicament.
I won't either.
Lieutenant Strachey is carefully examining the pit. Spock is carefully examining the pit. McCoy is examining the floor of the pit.
Okay. So then, talk to everybody.
Do I look like a Houdini to you? I'm afraid you're going to have to pull the rabbit out of the hat on this one.
Those vines would be useful to escape, if we could reach them.
He doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood right now.
No.
No enemies in sight, but supplies could be a problem if we don't get out.
Okay, on this mission, there are several ways you could complete the initial part of this. This place, you have to do the exact same as all the other areas. But there are like 2 sections in our long trek back to that Aztec guy that you can do an alternate way of getting past certain obstacles. I will show you the alternate path, but I'll show you the correct one too. And that's the one that we'll consider as canon. But I'll show you the alternate ones. Alternate ones are a little bit more violent and sacrificey. If you can think of a red shirt sacrifice, that's one of the things you can do. So, let's go ahead and have Spock examine the place.
I'm picking up residual energy readings from the area where the alien's projection was. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report.
About this fine.
This vine is not likely to support our weight by itself, Captain. You would have to find some way to reinforce it.
So, scratch that plan.
It would appear that this is where the snake lives, Captain. A pile of small igneous rocks, Captain.
Volcanic.
It looks like a Zamphorian pit snake, a rather common species in this region, noted by galactic herpetologists for their quickness. It is not venomous or dangerous to humans.
See if we can pick him up. Yeah, we go away. Alright, McCoy.
Does it look sick to you, Captain? It's a damn hole. It's a damn snake. Do you know what snake bite does? It can ruin your whole day.
We are not likely to find a way out of this pit with humor, Doctor. I suggest you concentrate your efforts to the problem at hand.
Do they always argue like this, Captain?
Well, yes.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and pick up some of these rocks.
You pick up some rocks from the pile.
Do more?
You already have rocks.
Okay. So go with those rocks.
These rocks are smooth and spherical, perfect for throwing.
Oh, maybe we could help the Enterprise here real quick.
Fascinating. Our communicators have apparently been rendered ineffective.
Can we stun that snake?
It is logical that an entity that professes to teach peace would render our phasers inoperative.
Okay, well, at least our tricorders are still working. Okay, I'm gonna
Save new game. Replace previous.
And I can do these rocks. I can do this.
I'm glad I was taught pain nullification techniques.
Thank you, Captain, but I assure you that I was giving this situation my fullest attention.
Hey, what was that for?
Nothing happens.
I just want to kind of show that. It's just kind of something kind of funny how they react to it. Okay, well, let's see here. These rocks are pretty small, so you might be able to clog up this hole. Alright, come here, snake.
This snake is just waiting for a chance to sink its fangs into someone, especially young Starfleet security officers.
Alright, let's hit this
Save
again.
new game. Replace previous game.
That's something of a runt, Captain. You should have seen this Rigelian python that...
Oh,
That's something of a runt, Captain. You should have seen this Rigelian python that Cadet Tyrelli put in the shower at the Academy. 20 meters long.
What on earth are you doing with that slithering thing?
A fascinating specimen, Captain, but I would be careful handling it. From the looks of it, it may have a nasty bite.
We wouldn't want to bleed all over Dr. McCoy now, would we?
Especially that green Vulcan blood. The last thing I need is a pint of T-negative blood all over my uniform.
I realize that humans form emotional bonds with pets, but I recommend tribbles.
you know, I'm actually going to keep it with that right now. It wasn't nothing like throwing it and stuff, so... yeah, we should still get 100. On a second thought, let's go ahead and just go ahead and load that just to be on the safe side. I don't think there's any problem, but there might have been. Alright, let's go ahead and throw these rocks up here and see if we can bring this vine down, because they said it was loose. So let's see what happens. I like the animation here.
Fascinating. It did appear to knock the vine down near to the point where one of us can reach it.
Didn't they have baseball on Vulcan? Show us your fastball, Jim.
Baseball? No one plays that anymore. Good try, though, sir.
Don't say that in front of Benjamin Sisko. He'll slap you.
The probability of getting the vine on the second try was only 36.53%. Well done, Captain.
Spock, you should know by now that Kirk always beats the odds. If you have the odds about how somebody could do it, just reverse it. That would be Kirk's.
Probability? That was a perfect pitch if I ever saw one.
All right. We're on our way.
Alright, well, I'm going to have the ensign to go first. I wonder if Spock can scan that sticky moss stuff. Let's just see if it says anything about it.
This variety of moss seems to leave a very sticky resin behind, perhaps to trap the large amounts of pollen from the plants on the surface and use it as a secondary food source.
Alright. McCoy, you go up. Alright, now Spock. I don't know why Spock only has one gold band on his uniform. He's supposed to have two, since he's a commander. Alright, and now for Kirk to go up. I bet William Shatner wishes he was this strong. But throughout most of the show, he wore a girdle. Okay, well, we're out of the pit now. So, we could go ahead and continue on our way. See if we can get back to that guy.
I am reading a life form to the west. It appears to be humanoid. I am reading a life. Nothing to report, Captain. I am reading a life form. Nothing to report.
There's nothing else to really do here, but I want to take a look at everybody and talk.
Spock is examining the surrounding terrain for signs of danger. Anything else would be illogical. Lieutenant Strachey appears fascinated by the vines hanging from the trees. McCoy is filled with premonitions of injury and death. Why else would they have brought him along? Kirk is wondering what he said that made Quetzalcoatl so angry. He doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood right now.
Staying in this overgrown region could prove quite dangerous. I suggest we continue, Captain.
This jungle is sure lush, Jim. Speaking of lush, I could use a nice Saurian brandy about now.
I feel like someone's watching us, Captain.
I don't know if that's supposed to be a fourth wall joke or not.
You are in a densely vegetated area. The overgrowth blocks your view in all directions. Trees to the left of you, trees to the right of you. Into the valley of trees raced the landing party. Trees to the left of you. You are in a densely
Okay, well, let's see here.
trees to the left.
Alright, I'm gonna save it.
Save new game. Cancel. Replace.
Let's see if I can throw the rocks at people.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Alright, let's go ahead and just load that one. Alright, let's go ahead and continue on. Oh boy.
I am Talokzak, priest of Quetzalcoatl. Only one who knows his ways may approach his holy ground.
Towering over your security officer, holding a great spear in his huge hand, the great warrior Talokzak will let no one pass him. Primitive lights illuminate this savage scene. You look but see nothing of note. You look but see nothing of... Your security officer looks at you for orders and perhaps inspiration. Spock looks small compared to the great warrior. McCoy seems rather nervous. You are James Tiberius Kirk, captain of the USS Enterprise.
It seems we can't think of things to say about Kirk. It's just always, he's captain.
He doesn't seem to be in a
Of
talkative...
course.
Nice planet. I kind of like it.
Did you ever get the feeling that people don't like you?
Perhaps our host will be more reasonable now. I recommend trying to locate him, Captain.
I think that's what we're trying to do, Spock.
Nothing unusual here, Captain. Fascinating. These lights are actually swarms of bioluminescent insects. I wonder how they are controlled. Nothing to report, Captain.
Okay, let's go ahead and...
These lamps are made up of insects much like fireflies, Jim. Well, either this Aztec is a real flesh and blood human being, or I'm going to be retired as soon as I get back to the Enterprise.
Alright, now this is one of the areas
Save
you
new
can do.
game. Cancel. Delete
Alternate.
previous game. Replace previous.
This area you can do an alternate way. I'm going to show you the wrong way first. You can still get through it, but you'll get some points deducted at the end.
Taloksak falls to the ground unconscious.
He dropped a knife, Jim.
So I'm going to scan him.
He's unconscious, Jim.
Can I throw the rocks at anybody else?
Nothing happens. Nothing
It
happens.
looks like it was just in that pit. Okay, well, let me build this again. Let me see what happens when I try to walk forward.
Get back. You may not pass until you prove your worthiness.
All right. Time for some action. Let me show you how we did it at the Academy. Captain, do you realize how big this guy is?
I'm going to keep that. Even I do get a point or two deducted off. That was just too great. Spock, do you think you could do a full connect pinch on him?
Captain, I do not think that I can defeat him in personal combat.
What about your famous nerve pinch?
It is unlikely to work on a man of that size, Doctor.
Damn, he noticed.
Oh. Alright, let's see. McCoy, can you?
Isn't that what they said to David before he fought Goliath?
Doctor, may I remind you that David defeated Goliath?
Well then, send in David.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep those little things. Those are just too hilarious to keep out. So, alright, well, if you remember, I don't know if you know a lot about Aztec religions, but Quetzalcoatl was known as the Feathered Serpent, as hence the name of this episode. So, a snake. Let's see if we can show it to him.
Indeed, you know the ways of Quetzalcoatl, but only a man of courage, one who will shed blood, will pass.
Now, you can have him do any of these. The green blood will not work. McCoy will say, get that thing away from me. And the ensign would do it. But, well, here, let me go ahead and save it.
Save, new, cancel, delete,
Show you what-
replace, save, new, cancel. Save, new, replace.
The save game function in this thing could have used a lot of work. Okay. Let's go ahead and just do it on Spock first.
An intriguing solution, Captain. But it is unlikely that he will accept green blood as a proper sacrifice.
Get that thing away from me. Get that thing away from me.
Well, there is a doctor here, so I guess it's all right. They never told me I'd be doing this at the Academy.
You are truly a noble man, unlike the coward who is not capable of shedding his own blood. You may pass, but beware the man in the golden robe. He may lead you to your death. Use this knife to defend yourself.
Oh, that is funny. It's been a long time since I ever did the alternate ways of doing this, and that is just way too funny. I forgot that's what he says. Alright, let's go ahead and load back up that. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and have the snake bite me.
Self-sacrifice is the noblest quality of humanity. You may go. Beware the monster in the water. You may have my knife to defend yourself.
Can I have your spear? The spear might be better than defending a creature in the water than a knife that you have to get close. Can I have your... No? Okay, well,
You see a jewel-encrusted, gold-colored knife.
well, at least it's a nice knife. Be a nice one, like in Skyrim or something.
You pick up the beautifully crafted knife.
I wonder if I could pawn this at a trader or something and get like maybe like a bow and arrow or something.
A beautifully crafted stone knife inlaid with Aztec patterns.
Stone? Why the hell is this? This is not stone. This is some kind of metal. I never known stone to be, unless it's a gold stone, but even that's not really a stone. I call bull on that.
A beautifully crafted stone
Yeah,
knife.
that's definitely not a stone knife. Okay, well, we got past him. Let's see if we could talk to him. Okay. I forgot to talk to him beforehand. I think all he just says you cannot pass. Actually, I think this is this. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and continue on. Okay. Let's take a look around here.
Familiar glowing spheres light the path. Below this rock is a large growth of mushrooms. A large fern fans the pathway. You are in a dark forest. You can hear the flow of water to the northwest. You are in a dark forest. James T. Kirk realizes that every step increases their danger. McCoy doesn't want to be bothered right now. Mr. Spock analyzes the surroundings. Lieutenant Strachey smiles as he strolls down the path.
Great security officer. Okay.
He doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood right now.
This one, he doesn't talk much in this episode.
It's getting a little cool out here. Keep warm. I don't want a bunch of sick crewmen when we get back to the ship. If we ever do get back to the ship.
You don't get sick by being cold. You get sick because your body loses its ability to fight a cold while trying to keep you warm. It's causality, not the cause of getting sick.
Fascinating. The trees are able to grow very close together in this forest, Captain.
But maybe that's what McCoy was trying to say. Okay, well, talk to them all. Let's have Spock scan the area. You never know what's going to be up ahead.
I'm reading a life form to the west, Captain. Trousakian mushrooms. Their spores are highly toxic and are released if they are disturbed.
I don't know if that kills you.
It vaguely resembles the Terran Spanish bayonet. The edges of the leaf are razor sharp and secrete a poisonous resin.
There's nothing there. I would strongly recommend against touching these, Jim. They're highly toxic. A swarm of fireflies, Jim.
See if Spock says. He probably said the technical term.
Small colonies of bioluminescent insects, Captain.
Yep. Okay, let's see if I can pick up that fern.
You fail to obtain anything. You fail to obtain anything.
Right, I'm gonna save it. Just
Save, new, cancel, delete previous game, replace.
I don't think these mushrooms kill you. If I would have to do it, throw a rock at them.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Okay. I don't know why the music disappears. Let me see if I can bring it back. Okay, well, we don't know it yet, but that's fern. We could probably use it. Just to be on the safe side. If you could take it with you.
Nothing happens.
Wait a minute, what?
Nothing happens.
Oh, wait, no, that's later on. Okay. Alright, let's just go ahead and just continue on then. Okay.
A pair of eyes are all that you can see of the rest of this creature. Most of it is hidden beneath the murky water.
Alright, let's see what Spock says about it.
It is some kind of mollusk. The river seems to be its home, and it is carnivorous, eating land and river-based forms of life.
Actually, right now I'm going to cut off the video, and on the next video we'll try to find a way past this creature and talk to Total, because it looks like this is the area where we beamed in, just basically right over here. Because this was that log I scanned, and it looks like that's his hut. So we should be very close. So I'm going to keep it saved here, and yeah. I'll see you all in the next video.